The 2020 BYU men's volleyball season was memorable in more ways than one, as the Cougars went 17-1, culminating in an epic split at number 1 Hawaii. The next week, the Cougars were the number 1 ranked team in the nation. Then the season ended abruptly as COVID-19 hit, leaving players wondering if they'd ever get a shot with this group at a national title. But here we are, back in the Smith Fieldhouse tonight for BYU and UCLA, as things will look and sound a little different as teams begin a new chapter, as Cougar Volleyball is back on BYU TV. Oh, it is good to be back here in the Smith Fieldhouse. Number 1 BYU, number 8 UCLA. Just families here, but we're here, and we're here with you. Jared Jordan alongside Steve Bale, masked up today. The Pac-12 is asking its volleyball teams to wear masks, and the opponents, even on the road. We will abide by that during this match tonight and Saturday as well. But great to have you with us, Steve. It's February, delayed start to the season, obviously different with the pandemic, but it's just good to be back.
That's really the thing. I feel like I'm masking my emotions right now with this mask. But the reality is it's awesome to be back and to watch some great volleyball. So can't help but have a great time tonight.
Okay, let's rewind with our BYU Sports History Showcase to last March and how things ended. March 6th on Friday, BYU, Thursday wins, Friday loses. BYU's ranked first after that at Hawaii, just epic sets of matches. On Friday, BYU's supposed to go to Stanford. Nope, that's not happening because basically the world ended. Pac-12 cancels remaining sports. Rudy Gobert 2 days before got it in the NBA. That kind of set everything off, right? And see, it cancels the season. Boom, I take a nap, I wake up, Steve, season's over. And the guys don't know if their career's done or not. Well, a couple weeks later, the NCAA makes the right move. They say, nope, the seniors can come back, and that's great news for BYU because look at what happened last year. BYU was on its way and was the best team in the country when the season ended. They returned all the starters.
Absolutely. BYU was poised to hang another banner. Really unfortunate for them and actually for everybody, for the entire season and all the teams involved. It was so heartbreaking to have it end the way that it did. So glad to be back in the building.
And the big two on the pins for BYU are our impact players tonight, presented by Brady Industries, a provider of commercial cleaning supplies and equipment. The National Player of the Year, Gabi Garcia-Fernandez, and Davide Gardini, the best outside hitter, they're back.
Yeah, pretty amazing stuff. Gabi won the National Player of the Year, Best Server of the Year, Best Opposite of the Year, and Davide wins the Karch Karai Best Outside Hitter of the Year. You see their numbers there. We talk all the time about how special these guys are, but they let their game do the talking.
The other first-team All-American with those two is Will Stanley. He is not starting tonight because he sprained his ankle on Monday. Zio Meyer, the freshman from Chicago, will get the start.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm excited to see this guy. There's been a lot of talk about him. He is going to be the next great one, so we'll see what he has got going on tonight.
UCLA has 3 players out due to COVID protocols. They're all starters. Cole Katchensky, the starting opposite. Merrick McHenry, the starting outside hitter. And 2 years ago, the National High School Player of the Year, Alex Knight.
Yeah, it's so sad talking to the coach the other day about everything, and he kind of broke that news to us. Such a bummer. I mean, these are big, big players right now in the heart of this UCLA team. So sad they're not being able to compete tonight.
So watch for Austin Matelkia to lead the way on the outside, and then Sam Coburn, the center, will lead the way as well.
Yeah, they're 2 leaders, 5th-year seniors. Austin's got to be very productive offensively and defensively, and Sam has got to be absolutely perfect in distributing the ball tonight.
Matelkia and Coburn certainly will be big here. So masks on in UCLA, ready to rock. They don't high-five at the net. They will stay on the same side as well the entire match. That's different this year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
With COVID. Our starting lineups are presented by Intermountain Healthcare, keeping the Cougs healthy as the official sports medicine provider for BYU Athletics. Let's start with the visiting UCLA Bruins, ranked 8th. They have played already. They swept Grand Canyon, who had 5 starters out last week. So Champlin, the freshman, Matatia on the pins, the outside specifically. Vom Stieg gets to start at opposite. His first kill will happen tonight as a Bruin, Matheny, and Parks. Parks used to be a setter. He's playing middle blocker tonight. Coburn we mentioned, and then Cole Pender, the libero. John Spera, the head coach, 9th season. He's won 8 national titles, 2 as a player, 3 as an assistant, 3 as a head coach. He's the only guy to win one of each of those. Not to mention a bronze medal as the USA head coach in 2016 in Rio. Looking forward to the Olympics with him at the helm. BYU starters: Gardini, Eschenberger the outsides, Yauhianen, Fajeda for the middles, Gabby Garcia-Fernandez the opposite, Mitchell Worthington the libero, and as we mentioned, Zio Meyer starting for the injured, sprained ankle Will Stanley. Head coach is Sean Olmstead, who has the highest active winning percentage among any men's volleyball coach in D1 and D2. He won a national title as a player as well. In 04, he was a backup on the 01 team as well. So here we are, Steve. BYU and UCLA, our keys to the game, are presented by Tim Daly Nissan. What do you have in game 1 of the season for BYU?
Yeah, I'll tell you, UCLA needs to come in and play loose tonight. They've lost 3 of their starters, so they just got to go out and just have some fun. Also, this is a chance for them. John mentioned, the head coach mentioned that this is a chance to test a lot of options that they might have. With BYU, I don't know if they've used to be playing in masks. I think this is brand new. So there are some distractions. There's no crowd. There's nothing to get behind. So that's a tough one as well. But they're coming back, the #1 team in the country, returning everybody. So they got to play with confidence.
And there's the National Player of the Year. As you mentioned, he won National Player of the Year, Best Server, and Brian Ivey Award from Off the Block as well for Best Opposite. He is the best player in the game.
That's like sweeping the Oscars kind of a thing, right?
Exactly. Like Return of the King and like 04. There's the best outside hitter in the country from last year, the Karshkarai Award winner. Davide told me this week, that was a real honor. That was big time to be able to win that, and that meant a lot to him. Of course, his dad, Andrea, a 3-time world champ, 3-time Olympian. And here we are with BYU and UCLA. It's MPSF matches only for the league teams. Big West is doing the same thing. A lot of the leagues are. Series history, you look how tight it was. UCLA dominated for the first decade. But BYU upset the apple cart in 99, winning a national title the first of 3 in 6 years. That ended UCLA's reign of terror on the sport. Hell Skates won 19 national titles. It's unbelievable, right?
Huge.
And BYU has dominated UCLA here. The Bruins haven't won here since 09. I can't believe that stat, Steve.
Yeah, you said that the other day, and I'm like, are you right? Are you sure? You might want to double check that. 09? That was 12 years ago.
Now they have BYU's 4-3 in the last 7. So UCLA has been able to win it at home.
Up here, right, up here.
Yeah, at home, but not here.
Okay.
So it's interesting to see that. Now, you mentioned no fans. There are a few fans.
Yeah.
It's family only.
Right.
They expect about 100. But because UCLA, and I mean, a lot of places nationally, right? No fans, period. There are UCLA parents and family members who flew up here because this might be the only chance to watch their kids play. So there are UCLA fans in the house. It's good to see at least. I don't think there are 100 people in here, but maybe.
I don't think so either.
I mean, and there you see one fan. Great to have both teams represented here. But yeah, this is different. You mentioned the masks as well. BYU was asked and required to wear them a week leading up to this.
Oh, okay, so they've been playing and practicing for the week. Okay.
Yes.
At least there's that.
Everyone's in a mask here. There's not a soul that, in theory, doesn't have one on. So here we are. And this is all different and it's all new, and we just got to do it. And the Pac-12 teams are the ones that want that. Next week when BYU plays 2 with Pepperdine, they're not going to be wearing masks, and neither are we.
Oh, because they're not within the Pac-12?
They're not within the Pac-12. They're a West Coast Conference team in many of the sports, right?
There you go.
So it's unique to that league. BYU has agreed to this. And it's all good. Here we are. We're playing. You got to put on. You got to do it.
Hey, yeah, exactly. At least we're in here and we're getting it done.
And we're courtside, which is a blessing as well. We're not up on the concourse, so it's all good. It's all good. Zio Meyer, hi. Welcome to college volleyball. #1 team in the country, and you're playing number 8. And look at this at the net, just having some fun. These two teams used to hate each other.
Right.
I mean, the coaches did, and the players did. It's 2021.
Yeah.
I don't think that accurately reflects how they feel about each other.
I don't think it does now. It's like the Hatfields and McCoy back in the day.
Yes, there's a healthy respect, and we'll explore that history coming up. But here we are, as BYU looks to start the season. UCLA's 1-0. They beat Grand Canyon last week. And our officials today, Mike Farish down low and Daphne Nelson up top. And Sean Olmstead coming over and talking with John about a certain area. Here, I think they're having a discussion. So Sean over with John in his area, just perhaps checking something. But let's comment on this. The fashion of the pandemic, no one's in a suit. We're not. Sean's wearing like a pullover. I love it. He's chilling.
Yeah.
Polos and, turtleneck. It's all good. And here we go.
Turtleneck.
The 2021 season is underway. Tough first offering. Zio Meyer just bump set that way out of system.
Oh, yeah.
To Davide Gardini. And it's nice when that dude's 6'9" and the best outside hitter in the country.
Yeah, he didn't have a whole lot of room right there. Just kind of had to step close and jump, and still able to get the kill off the block. That was awesome.
Yeah, Gardini's poor pass led to a tremendous effort
to
try and get that kill.
He's like, you clean up your own mess, buddy.
Gardini with the easy dig from Parks. Here's Garcia Fernandez.
That was just outside the reach of the blocker.
Garcia Fernandez went home for Christmas. His roommate, Felipe Gibrita Ferreira, was scared he couldn't get back out of Brazil if he went home. So he went to Puerto Rico and San Juan and hung out.
And hung out with them.
So he was chilling on the beach.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool Instagram videos. That one was
that looked like it was just out, but I could be wrong.
John Sprout immediately grabs the card to challenge.
Yeah, that was I just kind of caught the edge of it, and it felt like it was out, but I guess we'll see here in a second.
Sprout's conviction level was threat level midnight because he went right over there. It's going to be close.
Yeah, that's out. That ball's out. I'm almost positive that ball's out.
We need another look. Hey!
Oh, yeah, see, told you. Just kidding.
Now, they need to have a camera angle that proves it's in.
But see, you can see that ball was out in the blue when it hit the ground. Like, if it was hard enough, it was like straight down, it would have flattened out and hit the line. I don't think it did.
I thought it was barely out when I first looked at it.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Right there,
they need video evidence that shows it's clearly out.
Yeah, that's just the only. Well, wait, I didn't see that one. Let's try that one more time. That's really fast, but I'm telling you, that ball's out of bounds. It's close enough, but that ball's out. There's a little bit of blue.
Hey, it's so close.
It is close.
Is there enough to overturn that? Is the question.
I guess we'll see.
Because you start from a strong premise, right?
Yeah, right.
You have to overturn that.
I feel like I can see blue right there, but we'll see.
Well, both these teams see blue, different shades of them, right?
That's true.
As John Sprout talks with his fifth-year senior center, Sam Coburn, and it will be overturned.
Yeah.
So that pair of blue.
It was really close, but yeah, I think that ball was out.
So UCLA successfully gets it, and John Sprout was right. Now, not quite the same tech they use at the international level. He's used to challenging all kinds of calls in foreign countries.
Right. It's like the tennis thing back there, right? Yeah.
Garcia Fernandez with the kill. What's going through Zio Meyer's, emotions? What are his emotions right now? He's setting Gardini and Garcia Fernandez.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I think, for one thing, freshmen come in with a lot of confidence. They're almost like young enough that they don't know any better kind of a thing.
Irrational levels.
Right, a little bit, I felt like Brody Ernest kind of came in that way too. Like when he came and started playing, he wasn't like, I'm nervous, I'm scared. He was like, let's do this.
He beat UCLA and Pepperdine on the weekend.
Absolutely, it was huge. It was a big, big win. So I think it's probably the same with him. He's had a lot of people talking about him since he was back in high school. So I think he's up for it. Plus, he's got two huge cannons that he can set to.
Absolutely. Handled well and blocked by Ferreira, but UCLA into that.
Yeah, Ferreira's like, that wasn't me.
5-1.
Yeah, I think the set was really tight of the net.
Tejeda read it really well.
Oh, he totally did. Yeah, that's why you got to do that closed fist.
And he is a monster at the net. He is even more jacked than he was last year.
Yeah, for real.
Garcia Fernandez into the net, so he's off the line. But Garcia Fernandez can take over a game from the service line. He had 8
against
aces
the #1 team.
twice, one of them at Hawaii.
Which is nuts. That first match against Hawaii, I was blown away watching that. I was like, holy smokes, these guys are on a whole nother level.
That was one of the greatest performances in BYU volleyball history.
It really was.
Because BYU hits over 600 and sweeps the #1 team in the country, Hawaii, on the road. And then the next night, BYU gets reverse swept, had match point in set 3, loses 19-17 in the 5th. Just a great set of matches that were
really
preview of probably the national championship match later, but we never got to see it. Maybe we'll see it this year.
Yeah.
Gardini on the line. Nice pass from Pender. The slide blocked by Gardini. Off of Meyer and out as the freshman Ethan Champlin, the outside hitter, gets the kill.
That was a great read on that first block, but yeah, got tooled on the second. You know, the thought I had when they had that first match against Hawaii, you know how I love 80s movies. Rocky IV.
You do?
Yes, I do. When Apollo goes up against Drago, like, he's so overpowered, he doesn't know what's happening. Like, that's kind of what it felt like. Hawaii was like, what is this? This is our house.
It was crazy.
It was nuts.
Zach Eschenberg, who was an honorable mention All-American, with the kill. Nice swing on the out-of-system triple block because Zio Meyer read it off the tape and bumped it up. Great bump set from Mitchell Worthington.
Yeah, beautiful high swing off the hands and out.
7-3, strong start for the #1 ranked Cougars. More on the rankings later in the program.
Yeah.
And Pender,
oh my God,
but it's outside the antenna.
That's crazy. That was really close.
Famously, Ryan Millar kicked the ball up in the 1999 national championship match to keep it alive.
Oh my gosh. It was almost a little bit nonchalant when he kicked that.
Pender's an athlete. He plays outside hitter for them too. He's not just the libero.
Skate, save, and a beauty.
Matalcia gets it back, off high hands and out, 8-4. Now, this is an already young UCLA squad, but when you have 3 starters out with Kaczynski, Knight, and McHenry, that certainly changes the game. It was going to be an uphill battle full bore, but now it's different. BYU certainly not 100% without Will Stanley with the sprained ankle.
Right.
So both battling issues.
Yeah, when I first heard that about Will, I thought, uh-oh, you know, UCLA was kind of coming into their own when everything got put on hold last year. So I thought, man, they could come in here. They've already played a match. They're used to playing in masks. It's not really a home court advantage for BYU because there's nobody here. So I really thought, oh, wow. And then I found out, you know, their 3 starters are gone. It's like, well, we'll see what happens.
Garcia Fernandez cuts it.
Oh, wow.
Got the block by Coburn.
Wow.
Smart play. He's one of those 2 fifth-year seniors. He's been here.
Yeah, that's a setter. That's some prowess right there from a very educated setter. Found the hand and then wiped it. So smart. Talk about a volleyball IQ.
Eschenberg left the line open a little bit. I went into the tape from Daniel Matheny. 6'7". He's a bruiser as well.
Yeah, for real.
And here's Theo Meyer from the line. He has got a whip. He's a lefty, and he is ready to rock.
Yeah, I was watching his serve in practice, in the warm-up. He wasn't feeling it that time, apparently, but yeah, he's got a pretty nice whip.
Really hitting 800 on 405, pumping in some crowd noise, and it's actually making it kind of loud in here.
I know, I'm like, wait, is that, what family member is yelling at it? John talked a little bit about some masks that they haven't arrived yet, but there's a couple of players. I think only one in the front row, 23, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Yeah, he's got that mask on that he was talking about. It's supposedly like a really amazing mask to play in, you know, if you've got to play in one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what they're all supposed to be wearing here shortly.
Eschenberg. 10-7, BYU set 1. Worthington pops it up. Meyer, pretty quick to Gardini. Worthington again, Eschenberg again, and blocked by Parks.
Smart play by Parks, staying up at the net.
Just your traditional setter turned middle blocker.
You can tell he was almost like, should I stay up? Should I not stay up? Very, very glad that he did, I'm sure.
Ordini's blocked. UCLA tries to cut it to 1 here.
Wow, what a great set.
Worthington goes crashing into the scorer's table.
Oh!
Garcia Fernandez is stuffed.
Holy smokes.
Parks
Another
taking
huge volley.
over, 10-9.
This is Parks' net. Holy smokes.
Parks and Rec.
Dude, that's sick. What a great block.
A couple of errors from BYU. UCLA not putting a ton of, neither team pressure from the service line early in the season. Garcia Fernandez a little bit early, but here's Mickey Yauhiainen, who got married.
He did, I didn't know that.
Yep, Paige, she's a javelin thrower on the track and field team here.
Nice.
And he is one of those fifth-year seniors for BYU. Bob Stieg is blocked.
Oh, wow.
Through the
Got it through.
Ethan Champlin. 11-10, some energy from that Bruin side.
Yeah, Ethan not the tallest guy out there, so he's really good at being able to get greasy right through the block.
Here's Adam Parks.
Got hybrid.
Oh!
Nothing hybrid about that swing.
Felipe Gibrito Ferreira, who is now a senior as well.
That's a nice swing. Just a one-on-one, all kinds of room.
You'll see Meyer go on 2 quite a bit, and what I mean by that is he won't just dump.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh!
Whoa!
That was a bullet. This one's tight.
Oh my!
Straight down, roofed by Brigham.
Big 3-man block right there. The wall of Brigham has been established.
How do you hit?
That. Look at that.
How do you hit through that?
Yeah,
Look at that.
Yeah. You don't try to find a seam or anything. You try maybe high hands, like hit it towards the ceiling and hope it hits somebody.
Fernandez unloads again.
He's starting to feel it.
But he gets him off the line.
That's the best part about that play right there for UCLA. That's a nice swing, but just the fact that they're able to get Gabi off the line, big time.
We'd love to know where you're watching from. Tweet at me, at Jerem Jordan, Jarom. Christopher Bradford, great to be watching BYU volleyball on BYU TV again. Watching it just after 3 a.m. from Switzerland.
Wow.
How about that? And just missed by Kyle Baumstein.
Just a bit outside.
Kaczynski. We should note that BYU men's basketball wins big tonight. 105-60 at Portland. Gideon George, 19 points, 13 boards.
Wow.
Women's basketball beat Pepperdine 75-61, and BYU women's volleyball.
Oh, look at that serve.
The ace by Davide Gardini. And women's volleyball in the 3rd set up 2-0 and 17-13. Timeout on the court. Service aces are presented by Perche Bridal. Perche Bridal is Utah's luxury bridal boutique featuring a full-service hair and makeup salon. Your one-stop shop for full bridal styling. Learn more at PercheBridal.com. BYU on a run up 15-11. We'll be back in a moment. There's the Harold B. Lee Library, a place Steve Vail didn't go very often in college.
What is that building again?
What? Sean Olmstead, beginning his 6th season here at BYU. He was a libero here, of course. His sister Lacey played libero here. His sister Heather played libero at Utah State. She's the women's volleyball coach. She's the highest active win percentage as well on the women's side. He is on the men's.
Wow.
7-0 versus UCLA in this building. And he is a member of the Carl McGowan coaching tree. And Steve, Carl McGowan and Al Skates, let's just say they didn't go play rounds of golf together.
No, they did not.
When UCLA would come to town, BYU would not offer up the Smith Fieldhouse as a serve and pass spot. They would have to go to the Richards building 100 feet away. The same thing happened with BYU when BYU would go to UCLA. And some fun battles over the years with these two schools.
Well, and it's like parents. Parents don't like each other. The kids don't like each other. It's that kind of a thing. Ooh, had a little spin on it.
Blocked at the net, reset. Matheny, Coburn.
I don't even know if that was going to clear anyway. Oh, it did? Oh, it's a net violation.
And it was inside of the block.
Was it really?
I thought it was.
Oh, wow.
So if the Steve Vale rule applies, if you're new to the game, welcome.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
If a team calls a timeout, Steve, you believe that about 90% of the time that team will score out of the timeout.
It's like a mental thing, and it's like as it's become a thing, it's a known thing. Like, it's weird. You talk to anybody that plays this game, and it's like half the times when you call a timeout, it's just for that momentum switch.
Yes, and that's the idea, right?
Right.
Quell it, but you're saying it quantifies at a high level.
Yeah, it really does.
At Steve Vale taglines, watching from Provo.
Nice.
There's that account. They just tweet what you say. So there you go. Felipe Chibrita Fejeda has a jump topspin serve now.
Jeez, no pressure on me about what I say, for heaven's sake.
Yeah. Didn't quite work out for Chibrita Fejeda, the Brazilian. Yeah. But he's added that to his game.
It was like that wow comment from Kyle Van Noy.
Yep.
That got in my head. It's still in my head. Who am I kidding?
Dolphins linebacker, Super Bowl champ. Oh, Worthington brought a Criddle. Well done. Wow. Free ball. That's going way out for Garcia Fernandez.
Bummer. What an amazing up that was. He's like, hey, can you set that a little higher? All I could do is bump set that.
16-14.
Yeah, Gabby no good at taking a little bit of time off that. It's either 100% or no percent. Whoa.
Down the line and out. 16-15. We're tied. So BYU with a strong start, but since then, a struggle as BYU has plummeted from hitting 800 all the way down to 200. Timeout BYU. UCLA with some momentum on a 3-0 run. 16-15 BYU here in set one. UCLA dominated the sport for so long, 19 national championships. Since 99, however, BYU with one more. BYU had a chance to win a national title at Pauley Pavilion in 2013, but lost to UC Irvine. Cougars won in 99, 01, and 04. BYU's been back to the national championship game in 13, 16, 17. Didn't quite win it in those. So, you know where the national championship is this year, right? Columbus, Ohio, where BYU lost the 2017. It would be kind of nice to go back there and bring home some hardware. 17-15. So BYU called a timeout, and then what happened? Feel free to pull your mic down.
Thanks. I'm like, how come I can't hear myself?
Steve, they've had enough.
All right.
As Meyer whizzes that by the head of Ethan Champlin. 17-16. If you're just joining us, Will Stanley sprained his ankle on Monday. He is available in an emergency, but he is not starting. Zeal Meyer, the freshman, is. There you see Will on the sideline.
Yeah, I watched Will moving around. He looked like he was doing okay. He wasn't limping or anything.
Left side for Garcia Fernandez popped up.
Nice up.
Garcia Fernandez sounded like he might have jammed his finger when he sent that one. Stieg is blocked. Here's Garcia Fernandez off of Montel Tia. And look at the hustle by Pender, who dives, but it goes down 18-16. Our score box is presented by Brady Industries, supplies and service for cleaning and food service professionals. Brady Industries, honestly better. Getting a bunch of tweets from you, the viewer. I'll get to as many as we can throughout the broadcast. Thanks for tweeting those. Tweet at me, Jeremy Jordan. Tatia, who's been pretty quiet. Gardini pounds it, but out.
Tried to go high and missed it long.
Fifth hitting error. Is that a freshman setter situation? Is that a passing situation?
You know, I'll tell you, it's probably more the setter. Setters will have their own tempo, their own delivery, and it's kind of a tough thing to switch from one to the other. And so, you know, it's just, they got to get it dialed in. It's very early in the season and in the night.
5 service errors for UCLA.
I don't remember the last time. Well, he's had one more kill since, but
John Stanley comes into the match.
Oh, yeah, he's always like a spark off the bench. I love it. I was saying, though, I don't remember a time when Gabby was hitting triple zeros as he was a minute ago.
Yeah, 111 now. Induces the pass from the 10-foot line.
another net violation.
Oh, net violation on BYU. Point UCLA, 19-18. Bruins battling here. Again, 3 starters out. BYU with the 1 starter out, albeit the setter, a big one. He's worth 2 or 3.
Yeah, true. But UCLA is battling, man. They're playing well.
BYU's number 1 at home. UCLA keeping it tight here. Garcia Fernandez took some off it again.
Oh, nice stab.
Fajeda wanted it way inside. And now Montel Tia is sitting on the line and staring at it go just out in front of him. He is praying that thing goes long, and it does. And we are tied at 19.
Check this stab right here. Look at that. Beautiful up.
And then watch Montel Tia. He's staring at it near the line right there. And it is
way out of bounds. Look at that.
Oh!
Wow.
Set to Fajeda.
Dude, a bump 1. Like, that's a bump quick. That's really hard to do.
Myers like, yeah, we did this in club.
Dude,
Look
that
at
was flawless.
And Fajeda took a short approach to that.
Yeah.
And look who's at the line. 2019 and the best server in the country.
Oh, that's such a nice serve.
Passed well enough. Dug up by BYU. Gardini quick.
Oh.
Got blocked by Von Steek, who read it. Garcia Fernandez inside, and Gardini can't get it over. The 7th hitting error from BYU.
Oh.
BYU's trying to tip on these, where I think previously they'd kind of go high hands a little more.
Yeah, way more tipping than you're normally seeing from BYU, that's for sure.
2020, here we go. The year we all want to forget. Kyle Von Steeg from Laguna Niguel. Good serve. Garcia Fernandez off of Von Steeg. This one's alive. Who's going to have a hit? No hit, just a set. But it was well placed. Mitchell Worthington gets it over. Nicely done. Coburn off of Matheny. Worthington with the dig. Gardini off the block. Pender high. Rally for both. Montel Tia tipped and down. 21-20. UCLA has taken the lead.
Hey, look at UCLA. BYU just seems to be misfiring a lot. They normally, when they get opportunities, they close the door, and they're struggling to be able to do that tonight.
BYU is up 15-12. It's been -4 since. Steeg with the ball.
Look at that pass.
Perfect pass. Fajeda is blocked. Who's got it? Meyer just bumps it over, trying to catch UCLA off guard. Did not. Montel Tia, Worthington chases it, and because there's no fans, he got to that one.
It's like, where's he going? He's going to get killed.
Blocked by Gardini. Alive, who's got it? Pender. Coburn, the center, will get it.
Wow.
22-20. Coburn, the center, with the kill. Timeout BYU, second and final, and you can hear the UCLA fans.
Wow. I thought even in 2020 or 21-20, we would see a timeout. Here it is at 22-20. Look at Sam, dude. That was our thing, man. Going back to the center was pretty fun to do.
He's played opposite, he's played outside. You have that with a lot of setters. You're not a setter your whole life. You know how to play. You play on the beach, you have skills to swing, right? And Sam Coburn, the 5th-year senior, puts UCLA up 22-20. BYU hitting 111, UCLA hitting 333 right now.
I'm trying to figure out what it is I'm seeing. I think it might be a little bit of trying to do too much, trying to play above and beyond your position. I think BYU needs to just kind of settle down, and that was what I said, play with confidence. I mean, you guys are the #1 seed in the country. Like, just play like that. And I know they don't have their quarterback. You know, it's like Tom Brady going down or something. You still got to figure out a way to get it done.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is out. Chad Henne still get that 4th down, right?
Yeah.
BYU last year, when it was the 1st to 20, which it was in this set, won 92% of the time in those sets. Right now, BYU's pacing for the 8th percentile there of losing a set where you were the 1st to 20. So, timeout, and BYU will try and regroup here with Zeal Meyer, the freshman center, getting the start with Will Stanley out. 3 starters out for UCLA as well. So both battling issues, injuries, COVID protocols, and whatnot. And here we go.
This is where Sean's hoping the SVR is going to come into play.
That's what he was telling the team. He's like, don't worry, we're good. Vom Steeg with the bomb.
Great serve off that timeout. Okay.
Fernandez answers and screams across the net.
That's the Fernandez swing that we're used to seeing. Just rising and hammering.
His match-high 5th kill on 14 swings.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's so not what we're used to seeing from him.
And he's getting a lot of out-of-system stuff per the norm as well. And Gardini goes into the net. Big miss there, 23-21.
This is clutch time, you know. We've talked about that. When you get late in a set and the score's pretty tight, it's clutch time. You got to be able to show up when it matters.
And no fans to put on some verbal pressure as well. Champlin!
Look at that serve.
That's a freshman, man. Oh! Zach knocks over Vom Steeg. That's a big dude.
Yeah, that's a nice swing right there, right down the line. Yeah, just leaving enough open for him to just hammer.
23-22. Pivotal moment here in set 1 is number 1 BYU taking on number 8 and rival UCLA to open the season.
BYU's got to manufacture one right here.
They hit it with the good serve. Coburn.
There's an opportunity.
Tortilla soft block. Meyer, where does he go? He goes quickly.
Oh, he got him.
Eschenberg, but it was a low set.
Yeah.
Set point for the Bruins.
Zach tried to wipe it off the block, but the setter knew that and put that ball right down on the line.
And we'll have a serving sub as the backup setter, freshman Marcus Partain, will come in for Matheny on set point.
And Sam has done a great job. And as I say that, they sub him out for a blocking substitution.
For his brother, Kevin. Kevin Coburn will come in. And now John's just making sure everyone knows where they are on the rotation.
Yeah.
So here's the freshman, Marcus Partain from Pacific Palisades. Did not play last year, redshirted. And here he is, 24-22. Meyer, high for Eschenberg, at the net, swung in the back, and UCLA takes set 1.
Wow. What a nice play by UCLA. Look at them come out and take it to the Cougars.
Parks had a couple of blocks early, and then his only kills there, and they wandered past the net. So you said, no, you stay on the same side.
Yeah.
Go back to where you were. UCLA takes set 1 against number 1 BYU. Oh, it's on, baby. Bruins and Cougars. Let's go. UCLA strikes first, winning set 1 25-22. Our first set summary is brought to you by Deseret First Credit Union. You know why. We show how, as you see Carl McGowan outside the offices there. Passed away a couple of years ago. And UCLA wins by 3. Steve, what sticks out?
Well, I'll tell you what, BYU's not getting anything done offensively. Their 3 big hitters, Gavi, Zach, and Davide, are all, I think, Zach's barely over 100, but really only 10 kills between the 3 of them, and that's so rare to see from BYU. And I think on the other side of the net, Sam has done a great job of delivering the ball and kind of spreading out the offense, and they're just getting it done. A couple more blocks for the Bruins, and so, you know, I think when it came down to that clutch part of the set at the very end, you know, UCLA just got it done. Bombing from the service line, too.
Yeah, more pressure at the end. Certainly
Yeah.
connection issues between Theo Meyer, the freshman, and BYU's pins at times there late as... Man, what a match to throw him into. It's not like you're playing a non-conference match against a team you should sweep with the backups.
Right.
This is UCLA, who has talent, and 3 dudes out as well.
Yeah.
But it's on. Game on for UCLA, who has not won here since 2009, and Davide Gardini says enough is enough.
Yeah, I'll tell you, and it's not a knock on Zio as a setter. It's the fact that it's just different. The delivery, the tempo, the location, it's all different.
Yeah.
And when they run the offense as fast as they do, it's really hard to catch up to that ball. A nice serve, another overpass. Oh, that was barely out. I was shocked they let that go.
That went inside of the net and down and was almost in.
It was really close.
Wow.
I think that was closer than that serve that we looked at before.
Yes. And they are challenging this. Yeah, I think this is a good challenge. I thought it was in at first glance. Let's look again. Hey, that's on the line.
It's really close. Again, it's any part of the ball touching the line. Now, again, even though it's round, right? So even though it looks from the upward angle, it looks like it hit the line. It's really the judge, for the line judge, to be able to see if any of that ball did touch the line or if it bounced just outside. And not explain that very well, but yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I get it. That looks in.
Well, yeah, that's again, tough angle. If you want to be right down the line to be able to see this one. And I don't think we really have, well, we kind of have a camera angle from there, maybe. Yeah, see that?
It feels in there.
Yes and no. At the same time, the ball.
Because the ball, yeah.
When you see it bounce, the ball is outside. It's not directly on the line.
So is there video proof to prove it's in?
Right here would be probably of course, his foot. That always happens. Have you noticed that? Every time we do something, there's like a hand or a foot or something that blocks it.
Yes. You get 3 unsuccessful challenges in the first 4 sets. That's how this works.
So if it's like his challenge before, he won that one. So it
doesn't count.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Against you. Yeah.
Right. So you have to be wrong for it to count.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything right there that would be conclusive.
It has to be, yeah. At Carl Russell. Cosmo's the lucky one tonight. Doesn't have to wear a mask. Hey, whatever we need to do. At Tippers PXP, this is Hawaii's radio play-by-play. We love Tip. Have this one on my DVR. Mahalo. BYU TV Sports to bring volleyball fans another season of BYU men's volleyball. Happy to hear. So the challenge is lost.
Again, you didn't really see anything one way or the other.
Yeah.
On the other one for that serve, I swear I could see a little bit of blue when that ball hit the ground.
Yeah.
And so, but you couldn't see it on that replay. So I think that's the right call.
Okay, 2-0 BYU. Cougars started the setup 7-3, by the way. That one's out. Set 1.
And that's the other thing. When you do a challenge like that, it's almost like another timeout because you're icing the server for another 2-3 minutes.
We've seen where that's used in that way, but also where they were blown early and came back to bite them.
Yeah, right.
Needed one late on an obvious miss. I want to say it was Stanford 2 years ago. Santa Barbara perhaps as well last year. And you need one in your pocket late.
Right.
You get an extra one in the 5th. But got to be careful, especially I'm not big on pre-8-point challenges.
Right.
Unless you know. Lefty.
That was weird.
For Champlin. It was supposed to go to Matheny, I think.
Yeah, that was weird. And I can't believe he didn't touch it. It was almost like a fake.
Yeah, Steve, if you're not sure, nicely done. If you're not sure, I wouldn't use a challenge before point 10.
Right, I kind of agree. Unless it's like something where it's a run of 3 or 4 or 5 points.
Right, then and you don't want to use a timeout.
Right.
Oh, behind his head, he tried to do it again.
He didn't have a chance with it. He had to do it that time.
And then Champlin off of Jabrito Ferreira.
I'll tell you what, UCLA is really good. They're definitely winning the battle when it comes to broken plays and being out of system.
Yes.
They're getting it done, and BYU is struggling.
It's a great point because that feels like where the game is right now is in those broken plays, those 50-50s. Vom Steeg.
It's a great serve. Look at that pass, too.
Gardini. Vom Steeg hits it over. What a play. Meyer. Garcia Fernandez out of...
Holy smokes.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
that's point blank right there.
Champlin into the net. Either way, it was going to be BYU's. Yeah. But Vom Steeg with his St. John Smith impersonation.
You literally just put your hands out and it hits you. You can't react to that.
What?
If he hit that in his face, yeah, he's unconscious right now.
Scott Sterling. This is the home of Scott Sterling.
Ooh, just out.
Robus Espero, UC Irvine, and, PA guy, does all kinds of USA volleyball PA. He's got a podcast. Brutal start. 3 players down due to COVID protocols. Another with a sprained ankle. 2021. Give us a break. Just out from Champlin as well. You can tweet at me at Jeremy Jordan. We'll try and work your tweets in throughout the broadcast. But it's good to be here. Some family in attendance. There are some UCLA fans as well, which is great. And here we are with you on BYU TV. Cougars lost the first set, 25-22. This one's almost bounced on the basketball.
Oh my gosh.
And that one went down the line. Tautia, who transferred from Hawaii after 2 years there.
Dude, that's incredible placement right there with that swing. Past the triple block and bouncing the line. A little bit of chalk flew up right there on that last swing. That's unreal.
Maybe on the scouting report is like make him hit across, right?
Yeah, for real.
Or make him hit line.
Yeah. Well, and in that situation, he's like, yeah, make me hit line. See what happens.
6'5" Brigham.
I remember Gabby struggled hitting down the line a couple years ago.
Yeah, freshman year.
Yeah.
You pointed out the obvious where it was like, hey, he can't hit down the line right now.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, since changed that. Oh, the 2-foot approach for Garcia Fernandez. Now, he's going to wake up at some point because that was not his strongest first set.
Oh, gosh, no.
Hitting 0-7-1.
Yeah, I think all 3 of them. I mean, Gardini and Zach.
Gardini hit triple zeros.
Yeah,
Eschenberg hit 143.
Not great. Not great.
Brito Ferreira from Maringá, Brazil. Stieg. High and tight.
Oh,
and Eschenberg wipes it off the block.
Zach took that play right out of Sam's playbook. Such a nice job finding hands and out of bounds. Guess there was a net violation anyway, but look how great this swing is. He hit that ball to me. Like, that ball was going right to me. And got some hands and side out. Big time.
And this is being challenged. UCLA.
What are they challenging?
Challenging a net violation for BYU.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. I'm like, I thought that they got called for that as well as a touch.
Point BYU. They're looking for a net. And it is net. So UCLA wins it.
Wow. Man, John's all over the challenges today.
He's 2 for 3. BYU hasn't challenged play yet. And yeah,
I guess
it was early. Yeah, Eschenberg earlier in the play.
Yeah, Eschenberg.
Good eye. And Sam Coburn from Newport Beach.
Great serve. Look at that pass.
Eschenberg, Garcia Fernandez, Coburn to stab.
What?
Vom Stieg. Again, Vom Stieg. Yaljainen. Got all the names tonight. Oh! Vom Stieg again.
Holy smokes.
7th. UCLA is not only winning the match, they're winning the energy battle.
They really are. I mean, my goodness. Von Stieg's just getting it done. Sometimes he needs a couple swings at it, but man. Tied up, 7th.
Coburn into the net. 8-7 here in set 2. The Cougars down a set, if you're just joining us. 25-22 UCLA. Comes down front, hitting 320 and 1 by 3. Here's Theo Meyer. Wheaton, Illinois.
Great pass.
Oh, the block was split. And Mataltia chewed it up and spit it out.
There's a nice serve and a better pass. And that pass, being able to stay in system, only a one-on-one there for the opposite. And that was just a lot of room for him.
Talked about how Mataltia has got to show up and be a big weapon here. Look at Eschenberg. Look at that stab. This is playable. This is swingable.
Jeez.
Because there are no fans. That is a different kind of set. As Garcia Fernandez goes look.
Unbelievable.
There's no fans, so there's way more space to dig up that ball. That is a BYU point.
Oh, yeah. He keeps jumping over people.
Yes. So take advantage of the space you're in.
Yeah, look at that. There's normally seats right there.
9-8 UCLA. Meyer. Garcia Fernandez tips. And Pender goes flying under the net. And Garcia Fernandez and Pender are having some words.
What?
Now, Pender is the one who went flying under. Garcia Fernandez must have said something that Pender didn't like.
It didn't. I mean,
But Pender goes flying under the net. You started the situation.
yeah, exactly.
And he didn't like what was said.
Like nobody should be flying under the net like that.
And John Sprouse saying he can't say anything. But Garcia Fernandez had to avoid him flying under. Now let's watch it again.
If you look at Gabi's body language, he's not angry or anything.
He's not angry.
But he might have said something that you couldn't see that he said because he's got a mask on.
Certainly. Pender didn't like whatever was said.
Yeah, whatever it was. But again,
if I'm Gabi, I don't like you coming into my space over
exactly.
here.
Pender could have ended Gabi's season by doing that and going all the way under when he's in the air.
So maybe it is UCLA BYU after all.
I guess so.
9-9. And you rarely see a player go that far under. Pender hustling after that ball.
I'll tell you what, though. Well, no, you wouldn't see it from that point. I was going to say,
so quick through the block, 10-9.
as quiet as BYU is right now, that, it could liven them up a little bit. But another great play here.
Does number 1 BYU, returning all the starters at home, need that? I would hope not.
Well, so far,
so far they do in this match, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've lost the first set. They're down 1 point in the second.
And Garcia Fernandez gets the kill. He has 10 kills on 21 swings, 8 more than anybody else has taken.
Yeah.
In terms of swings. So, Theo Meyer smart to use Garcia Fernandez. I wonder if he's going out that direction in a broken play more often than Will Stanley would.
If I'm Zio, I'm looking for him or Gardini like all day.
For sure.
Yeah.
Down and into the net.
Yeah, BYU's made a lot of little errors all throughout the night so far. And that's the thing is I feel like UCLA is almost flawless in their execution.
Hitting 405, I agree with you. BYU hitting 209 for the match. Is Vom Stieg. Meyer. Gardini. Blocked by Kobrin. Meyer. High for Gardini. Pushes out Vom Stieg. I'm still seeing a disconnect with BYU's pin hitters.
No, absolutely there is. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just a different set, than what they're used to seeing from Will.
Right, and that will evolve over time as Meyer gets used to it and they get used to him.
Right.
Garcia Fernandez missed by a lot on that one.
Well, and that's got to be a thing, too, that Fernandez is thinking about. He's bombed a couple of serves, and they passed him perfectly. So he's probably trying to do a little too much to get a nice serve and an ace. And that one, obviously, well off the mark. Ooh, that was close.
Now, Cole Pender a moment ago was particularly vocal. Kind of UCLA winning the matchup a little bit here. Had a little encounter at the net, making a little noise.
Yeah.
A little bit of gamesmanship there.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Which I can appreciate. Gardini out the table down, just like he planned it.
That's a hard serve to learn right there. That's tough to teach.
Gardini with his second ace of the evening. That's a rally scoring point right there. Gardini. BYU up 13-12 in the second. Pender, perfect pass. Matautia inside of the block. With his 5th on 7 swings, no errors. So he's been crazy efficient.
Zio reminds me a little bit of Micah Ma'a. I don't know, just like his looks. I mean, obviously, Micah's amazing.
Hey, good-looking dudes,
There you go.
It's Massini near the line. Wow.
The nice wingspan right there from Vaheda because he kind of ran right past that set.
It's nice to have an albatross in the middle blocker.
Seriously.
Like going to the rescuers down under and taking those mice everywhere.
Oh, John Candy, I missed that guy.
Yeah. But polka. Long from Vaheda. 14s. At Jay Husick, Fairfax, Virginia loves seeing men's volleyball back on BYU TV. This is George Mason's head coach.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're going to talk about Jay's ABCA poll a little later.
His rankings?
Which was unique, to say the least, this week. With Sam Coburn, 14. What's that?
Way out of there.
Let's go there now. JK, they're stepping aside. 15-14, BYU up. We have got a match here, man. I don't know what anyone expected here, but UCLA up 1-0, 15-14 in the second. Hey, buckle up. You finished number 1 last year and started number 1 this year. Now, you look this week and you see Hawaii got 2. Yeah, it makes sense, all good, but it was unanimous last week. Lewis got a number 1 vote by Jay Husick. I said your name wrong. I'm sorry, Jay. Jay Husick, the George Mason head coach. Jay voted mainly for the teams that had played, which I can see that logic.
Yeah.
But he put BYU at 9 and Hawaii at 10. So that's certainly different.
That's a little different.
It's certainly
unique.
different.
It's unique.
Lewis got his number 1 spot. Pepperdine got 2. Penn State, and then UCLA was at 4. So there you go. Husick. Thank you, Jay. We appreciate you watching.
No touch. Trying to find some hands.
Now, the national title was supposed to be at George Mason last year. I was looking forward to going to Fairfax, Virginia, should BYU make the tournament last year, and watching that, but COVID hit. So we'll do it another time.
Another time.
One's
A lot
long.
more misses lately on the service line.
16-15. This set, the offense has been gnarly. UCLA, 8-0-14 hitting 571. BYU 8-2-16 hitting 375.
Wow.
So, yep, no one blocking anything.
Yeah.
Coburn, oh, and it goes over. Coburn deceived Gardini, and he is mad at
Dude,
himself.
I'm telling you, Sam is just, he's a little magician up there. He's doing some cool stuff, and it's working.
16s on the poor pass. Crafty play from Coburn. Look at this. Meyer, quick to Gardini.
Gardini's getting a little upset.
And
You can tell.
BYU into the net. There's some visible frustration.
Yeah, he did not like the last play. He felt kind of silly after how it went down. And that set was really tight, and he wanted to hammer that ball, and instead hammered the net.
And right now, UCLA hammering on the door of something crazy. Garcia Fernandez.
Yeah. I'm riding the Fernandez train, man. If I'm Zio.
He's got 11 kills on 22
Yeah,
swings.
I'm like,
He's got the 6 errors.
It's early. Your shoulder's fine. I'm going to ride it for a while.
There's John Stanley. And there's a certain intensity here that even without fans is palpable given the way this match has gone. And a lot of it is coming not only from what's happening on the court and the score, but from what you're hearing from UCLA's bench. They believe they can win this match.
Oh, absolutely they do.
Even without 3 starters.
Yeah. See, and I didn't think that coming into this. I thought, man, they're going to struggle. Holy smokes, they're playing really well.
Yes. On sneak into the net. 18-18.
And Coach Sproul mentioned, he's like, look, this is an opportunity. It's early in the season. Opportunity for us to have some different looks and to figure some things out. And clearly they're doing that.
If you can do it while you win, that's good.
Yeah.
Garcia Fernandez. Pender. Pushed over. BYU at the chance. Meyer went for the strong dump. He goes on 2 and he's blocked.
That's such a tempting thing, but it never works out.
Gardini is blocked on the triple. And Sean Olmstead asking about something. 19-18.
I'm not sure what it is he's asking about.
Like, were they over the plane? And Meyer is technically the...
Zio should not have tried to swing at that last ball.
Sean Olmstead's upset about something. He's talking to Mike Ferris, the down ref, but he's not challenging anything.
Yeah.
He's almost gauging the temperature of the waters to challenge.
Yeah, he clearly didn't like the answer he got, but I'm not sure exactly what his gripe was.
19-18. Tejeda hits it out. 20-18. BYU is in the danger zone. Down 2 with 5 to go.
Yeah, BYU,
Look at the Bruins.
they're their own worst enemy right now. Like, they're just making a lot of errors.
13 in the match.
And
That's
they're
a
not
massive
blocking,
number.
which is it's a huge thing. BYU is such a good blocking team.
1.5 tonight.
Yeah, they're
Exactly
not
right.
blocking, and they're making a lot of offensive errors.
UCLA has 2 hitting errors on 41 swings.
So if I'm BYU,
Massive.
I'm like, okay, so slow the offense down just a little bit. Just get the ball up a little higher and let our guys 6'8" and 6'9"?
6'9" and 6'7".
6'7" and 6'9".
So
So
one out from Gardini.
you've got some huge offensive weapons. Just give them a little more time to get underneath and make some great plays. Don't rush it like you're trying to do and have all these errors. And the same thing with the service line. Get that first ball in, get your feet under you, and then go.
21-19. And there's this double sub again that happened at the end of set 1. Marcus Partain will come in from Matheny to serve, and then the Coburn brothers will switch spots. Sam goes out, Kevin comes in. UCLA already up a set, up 2. This one's real short. And Meyer dumps, and it works. He can be really good at that.
Yeah.
You didn't like the one he went on in that situation, but this one certainly was different.
Right, well, they were all set up on the last one. I think
Yeah.
he tried to hit against 3 guys. But that play, obviously, that shocked everybody. Nobody was even close to that ball.
And that was between a dump and going on 2 hard. He'll swing full out.
Yeah.
But at this level, it's hard to get that full swing and then the block not be up by that.
Right.
Okay, here we go. 21-20. To Brita Fajeda. Oh, that might have been going out. Coburn.
Oh, my gosh. Look at
down
these
hand in
guys.
and out.
Holy smokes. Dude, Sam is like, that dude's the answer.
That's such a smart play.
That kid is automatic.
He swings going right to left and wipes it off the block with some power.
Such an amazing ability as he's swinging to see what the block is doing and then make that decision on the fly like that.
And then get the ace. 23-20, UCLA
Dude.
on the doorstep of being up 2-0.
Dude, Sam for president.
Well, one was just put in, so it might be a couple of years. 23-20, Bruins, timeout Cougs. We talked about how Austin Monteltia, one of the fifth-year seniors for UCLA, had to carry them. 6 kills on 8 swings, no errors, hitting .750.
Yeah, that's insane. That kid is absolutely getting out. Those are the 2 people we talked about, the 2 leaders, right? The 2 fifth-year seniors, Austin and Sam. Sam's hitting 1,000, and he's delivering the ball very, very well tonight.
And then you look at the other outside freshman, Ethan Champlin, 6 kills on 14 swings, hitting .357 with 2 assists, 2 blocks, and a dig. So those 2 outside, 12 kills of the 20. They're bringing it.
So check this out. So of the 20 kills that the Bruins have, 2 hitting errors. Look at BYU, 22 kills, 13 hitting errors. What?
Yeah, hitting out or being blocked. Although the block not massive from UCLA, 4.5. It's mostly unforced errors, hitting out. Like that.
Another one.
BYU is going to get swept if they play like this. They're on their way to that.
It's got to be I think Sean's thinking they might have gotten a touch there.
And I think that's a good move, regardless, because he's out of
Just to
timeout.
slow it down.
Yes, and he hasn't challenged yet, so even if you lose it, who cares? You still have 2 left
Yeah.
for set 3 and what you hope is set 4.
Dude, this is crazy. Like, I literally thought walking in tonight it was going to be a sweep, but I certainly wasn't thinking that the Bruins were going to be the ones sweeping. I don't think there was a touch there, but I don't think Sean even cares.
I think this is just another timeout from Sean. Although Monteltia, and this will be a super slow-mo, we'll see it here, are there figures.
Oh, wait.
And it looked like there was the two figures on the side, or is that too hard to tell? It has to be obvious. Yeah, those bend back. So that should be a point for BYU.
Wow.
Gonna be. It looks
that's close.
It looks like they wipe out of the way on this angle, but the other one is our super slow mo. There's more frames per second to be able to take a look at the picture there.
Man, that's just right there.
It looks like he gets it out of the way there.
That's so hard.
At a minimum, this is a 3rd timeout for BYU.
Yeah. If anything.
But if BYU gets the point, it's 23-21. maybe he can climb back in.
Yeah. Seriously, that's very, very much the case.
BYU's first challenge of the night. Again, this is the super slow-mo, and it looks like obvious that fingers been back there.
It sure looks like they
So
do.
based on that should be the BYU point. Because this is our higher one, higher frame rate. Again, do the fingers been back there? Absolutely,
It sure
absolutely.
looks like they do. It's right in the white of that shirt behind it, so it's kind of hard to tell. My eyes aren't what they used to be.
This should be BYU's point. When we call it like we see it here.
We'll see it. Nope.
Now, I disagree based on what we just saw.
Yeah.
What's the point of looking at that if you don't acknowledge it?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't.
I would
see
say
it.
the same thing if it was UCLA.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, set point, 24-20. Here we go.
Smokes. That's crazy.
Sam Coburn to go up 2-0.
Yeah, if I'm his coach, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm turning you loose, dude. Go after it.
Go after it.
Heck yeah.
Now here's Zio Meyer, freshman setter. It will be an interesting set 2 break here as BYU tries to regroup. Should they not come back here?
Pretty nice serve. Got the setter way off the net.
Bumsteed. Meyer. Really low set and blocked by Parks. 25-21. UCLA is up 2-0 on number 1 BYU in Provo. How about this?
Wow. Maybe BYU is number 10 in the nation. I don't know. That's crazy.
Maybe Hassan was right. Is that what you're saying? Well, BYU playing like number 10. We will step aside. The Bruins up 2-0. How about that? Well. Bruins haven't won here since 2009. Tonight might be the night. We'll see in front of, who knows, 100 people here in the Smith Fieldhouse. And I mentioned it was a low set there. Let's talk about that big offering from Zio Meyer to Davide Gurdini.
Right. That's a very small margin of error here with why BYU is struggling to hit offensively. Look how low this set is. That set was as if he was already in the air, like a middle, trying to hit out of the back row. There's no way. Gardini, what's his reach? Like 12 feet? I mean, that guy.
Probably close.
Right? And so that ball needs to be like 3 feet higher for him to be able to swing at the height at the top of his swing.
Let's check out some of the stats here. As UCLA hitting, monstrous number right now, 419, just 2 hitting errors. BYU hitting 125, 15 hitting errors.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, we talk about, okay, what's Zio's mindset coming into this match? And his confidence is obviously not as high as everybody would hope that it is, because he's not setting the game that he wants to be setting. His hitters aren't having the success that he wants them to have. And that, frankly, that has to come on his shoulders.
Is BYU passing well enough to set him up well?
I think their passing is okay. I don't think it's that. I think, again, it's if it's low or it's too fast, too slow, location, on and off the net. There's so many things that come into play, but it's clearly not where they're used to it being, and so everybody is struggling.
We've talked about what's not working for BYU. What's working for UCLA?
Well, the fact that BYU's block isn't working either. They're basically having their way at the net. What, 2 blocks? Is it 2? Or even
One
that?
and a half.
1.5 after 2 sets. And they're hitting like 1,000,000,000%. So BYU's block is not making them think or question or having to do anything crazy to get kills. They're just swinging away. And everything BYU or everything that UCLA is doing right now is working.
What's the conversation like?
Man, I don't know.
Because there are a lot of emotions streaming in there last year, given that BYU started 17-0 last year, and they are at home down 2-0 right now. This is a situation BYU has not encountered in a long time. I mean, if you just say, well, at Hawaii last year, it's been 335 days. It's been a long time.
It has been. It has been. And I don't know what Sean's going to be talking to those guys about right now.
And look at who's talking in here. It's Gabi Garcia Fernandez. He's the leader of the team.
Yeah. And he has to be. And he's got to lead, first of all, by his play. Now, he's got 11 kills, highest in the match, but still 24 swings. He's got almost as much swings as the rest of the team. So he's got to get it done offensively and at the service line to spark his team and get him into this. And Davide has not played very well tonight at all. And I think part of that is the sets. The sets have to be a little higher.
Yeah.
And for him to be able to have his full range.
So the big story then is the absence of Will Stanley has changed this game, certainly. Yet, and I want to keep pointing out, UCLA without 3 starters as well.
Yeah, that's the
thing. So
thing.
it's not like it's full bore UCLA either.
No, it's really not. But I'll tell you, you know, you look at any great NFL team, and what makes them great? They've got an amazing quarterback. And the thing is, Will Stanley, what was he? It was Lloyd Ball.
He won Best Setter of the Year.
Yeah, Best Setter of the Year. So him going down, even if for a match or two, that takes its toll. And this is the first match of the year for BYU. They certainly don't want to come away 0-1 after tonight, so they got to figure some things out.
So backs against the wall, BYU trying to come back. Sean Olmstead hasn't lost here against UCLA as the head guy. UCLA trying to win here for the first time since 09. Set 3, Bruins up 2-0. Here we go. Zeal Meyer, Mickey Alhianen, 1-0. So BYU has started each set with the lead. That's not been the issue. No. They just haven't closed the set with the lead.
No, and that's the thing is UCLA, they're really good at fighting. These guys, they never say stop, never say quit.
Mickey Alhianen, one of those seniors for BYU from Tampere, Finland. And essentially an ace. And some real juice from BYU out of the halftime.
That's the thing. After that first set, BYU kind of got punched in the nose. We thought, uh-oh, maybe they woke up a sleeping giant. But no, and then they go down 2-0. So they got punched in the nose twice.
Yes, the reverse sweep attempt from BYU, and it is a hill to climb.
Look at that, 3 in a row.
3 in a row. Mickey Alhianen.
Oh, that's weird.
As John Sorrell looks on, certainly different if you're down 2-0, going down 3-0 in the set, but up 2-0, no need for a timeout run.
And the thing, I'll tell you what, the other big part of this is the fact that it's still a home match, but it's not really the home court advantage because...
In terms of fans, but altitude, totally.
Altitude, yes, but again, it shows you how big the fans are in this game and how awesome it is in this setting with roughly 4,000 or 5,000 people cheering you on. You can get down and get right back up quickly with the fans' momentum. And BYU doesn't have that this year. It's going to be really hard for them.
It's certainly different. We're happy to at least be here bringing it to you. BYU in transition. Gardini. And BYU's up 5-0. Now this is a particularly strong start.
But here's the thing. Here's the first thing in my thought process is, okay, that's great. And maybe you just come away with set number 3, but you're thinking long haul right now. You're thinking long term. That's great. Let's just keep rolling. Every ball, every play, and not let down ever.
One's tight. Fajeda 6-0.
Because clearly...
No timeout yet. So, well, here it comes.
There it is.
John Sprout just called. I was going to say, is he just conceding? No, he's going to call timeout.
Clearly.
And stop the bleeding. But what a start to set 3 for BYU.
Yeah, UCLA relaxed a lot, clearly.
Timeout as Fajeda detonates on the overpass. BYU up 6-0, attempting to come back down 2-0.
The BYU Store, official outfitter of BYU fans everywhere. And by eAssist Dental Health Education Foundation. Learn more at visityourdentist.org.
Oh, it's weird to see that. Matsku Jensen, Dane Njima, gone for the Bruins. And, yep, this is what we're left with, right, in a pandemic. At least we're here playing. Of the top 5 crowds in the Smith Fieldhouse, 4 of them are UCLA.
Oh,
and then last year, Stanford, that got to be 5th most here. That was an incredible evening. But UCLA, that shows you where it's at, man. When UCLA and BYU played, it's a big deal. As BYU's up 7-0 on the deflection.
Wow.
So it's SVR, be darned.
That's right. We don't need no SVR.
Okay, other than energy and trying harder, what's different for BYU in set 3?
I think I think really the reality is UCLA took their foot off the gas pedal. I think they're
In what way?
well, I don't know. They're just I think they're shocked that they're up 2-0, and they're kind of like, I don't know. It's like their focus in terms of passing.
The urgency level isn't the same.
Like the fight that they had in the first 2 sets. Maybe we'll start to see it here now, but I'll tell you, they're like, oh well, oh that's another one. Oh, there's another one.
If you can give a set up, and you're not going to just give it up, but if you go down 7-0 and you can't rebound, it's this set.
Yeah, and that's
then
the
you
thing.
regroup in set 4.
Right, that's the thing. BYU winning this set really doesn't mean anything because they're still down.
It gives you a shot.
Yeah,
but it doesn't turn the tide.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, set 4 is where it's going to count. So, and I think UCLA kind of knows that, and they're like, yeah, whatever.
At some point, it devolves to that, right?
Yeah.
Because at 4-0, it's like, no, we're in this. At 8-1 with Gabi Garcia Fernandez at the line, there's a certain amount of that, right? Coburn. Von Stieg. He had stopped his approach and almost landed as he swung.
That was like a stall fire. That was weird.
Like a Mitch stall. 8-2. Watch this. Like he paused and then re-jumped.
Double clutch.
Yeah. You can hear the fans. They're piping in the noise.
Whoa.
Von Stieg. Oh, he gets that one stuck under the scoreboard. Well done. That's hard to do. Look at
That's awesome.
Mix Romanis just hit a homer and they all watched it go out.
And let me be clear too, it's not like it's a conscious thing with UCLA. They're not like, oh, we don't care about set 3. It's a subconscious thing that you don't even realize you're doing, where you kind of just let off a little bit. Oh, nice up.
Von Stieg dug up by Garcia Fernandez. Big swing and gets it to go. 12 kills for the National Player of the Year in 2020. And BYU's up 10-2. And if you're just tuning in, no, that's not a mistake. UCLA's up 2-0. They have earned it.
Yeah, they played really, really well. And BYU has struggled offensively.
Garcia, got Gardini with the bullet. The tip off the triple block is soft enough to recover, but no one really wants it.
That was weird. The center's like, oh yeah, I'm the second guy.
Von Stieg down the line and out.
Oh. That looked like BYU hitting right there.
11-2. Now, remember how there were only 2 hitting errors for UCLA through the first 2 sets? They have 3 right now in this set through the first 10 swings.
That's what I'm saying.
So, as the poet Michael Scott once said, oh, how the turns table.
Nice.
Look at that line. 5 kills, triple zeros. You don't see that much from this guy.
Yeah, that's weird.
What are we waiting for here? 11-2. We're just hanging out. Just glad to be back. Gardini has dialed that serve in, by the way, in set 3. Off hands and too far. Oh, Gardini. Garcia Fernandez diving over there. 11-3. Good hustle with UCLA with the point.
That's a great stab by Gardini into the cheap seats that aren't really there anymore.
Ethan Champlin saying, hey, I need a moment. He's got to tie his shorts. By the way, I want to point this out. So UCLA had a massive deal with Under Armour. Well, there's some legal issues there. They're transitioning to Nike. You see both Under Armour and Nike on them. Jerseys, shoes, it's a mix.
Oh, that's funny,
which is really different.
That is weird.
Yeah, they're not getting anything new from Under Armour. They're trying to get new stuff from Nike. Yeah, so you're always in Nike school, so that fits well here.
I wonder what the beef was.
You can read up on it online.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot to be had there. But
fine, then I will.
UCLA coming to the light of Nike. 12-4.
I hate homework. I can't believe you gave me a homework assignment.
There's Daniel Matheny. Been a little quiet hitting the ball tonight. 2 kills. Garcia Fernandez inside the block. Good pop
that
up.
almost looked like a
lefty from Montaltia. Galgan in his block. They are operating in a booth. Eschenberg, that one was a little low and tight as well. Garcia Fernandez. And now he goes short, but that worked. Again, that connection's still missing, but Garcia Fernandez made that work.
Yeah, if you saw where that set landed, it was way off the mark. Like, he's supposed to be way out there hitting a D ball. That was more like a C, way inside and low. But that's just a beautiful little cut shot.
13-4. BYU jumped out 7-0. Trying to build off that since.
Nice serve down the line.
Yeah, Meyer bringing it. Steve off of Gardini. Spencer Straddick, please tell them to put Stanley in. Well, no, because Will Stanley sprained his ankle Monday, and he could only be used in an emergency.
Yeah. And I know what you're thinking, being down 2-0 sounds like an emergency.
Yeah. It's not that big.
Right.
To start the season, yeah. And you're starting late.
Right.
MPSF bias. What's up, Jonathan? Also notice how most of the UCLA jerseys have the Under Armour logo covered up with a patch.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. You can still see it. So, yeah, they got a patch and looking at it there. 14-5 here in set 3. BYU trying to get this one to 5 and make it interesting. Sandflea 4000 on Twitter. You can tweet at me, Jeremy Jordan. Where's the block? Watching from West Virginia. Hi to my brother in Saudi Arabia, Nomad Coog. Of course, that's Mark McCready, friend of BYU Sports Nation. Stay safe. Where is the block, Steve?
Where is the block? That is a great question. It's like a Where's Waldo puzzle. I've been looking and looking and looking, and I can't find him.
Another look. Touch called. No argument from BYU.
I don't know if
Who had it?
If it was Zach in the back row or who touched it, but somebody must have.
How about Worthington?
But they decide not to take advantage of it. Another serve out of bounds.
Mark Dixon watching from McLean, Virginia. Thanks for the call. Here's Younghan at 15-7. So BYU to the little past the midway point. Up big. Trying to push this thing to 4, down 2-0. Free ball from Gardini. Colbert. Steve. Still alive. This one's going to ricochet quite a bit. And Younghan plays it off the ceiling. Bumsteig again off of Gardini. Bumsteig's so physical. This dude would be like a red zone target at tight end or a power forward in basketball. Right? He is a specimen.
He's a big dude. Yeah, a lot of snap. Very effective, too. Boy, getting it done.
15-8. Adam Parks internalizes the serve. Garcia Fernandez. Now, that was high enough for him to deal with.
Yeah, it's still inside, though.
Yes.
And a lot of times when you set that ball inside, it's more of a trap set because you're going towards having 2 blockers, at least maybe 3, when you set inside like that. See, that ball should have been out maybe 2 more feet at least toward the pin.
So Garcia Fernandez cleans it up.
Yeah, because he can't hit line on that or else he's probably going to go out of bounds. Oh, wow.
Stopped by Fajeda. 17-8. Pure domination in the giveaway set 3.
Felipe, man, that's just a big block right there.
Second and final timeout by UCLA.
Wow. 17-8.
Wow.
I thought that's what this game was going to look like all 3 sets. Pretty crazy. BYU trying to get back into this set and this match here in Provo.
You know Zach Eschenberg for BYU. Ian Eschenberg, his brother, plays for UCLA. They've played together most of their lives. It's a couple years difference. There you see them together. And they actually have a brother, Tim. This is them, I believe, last year after the match at home. They have a brother, Tim, who was on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Pittsburgh. He was in Brazil with the pandemic. In Pittsburgh now. He's going to go play at Lewis. So how about that? It's all D1, D2 men's volleyball players.
Very cool.
Anybody else come out of the fan to play? 17-8 out of the timeout. SVR or not? No. That one way out from Steve. 18-8. So
he's expecting a lot out of him right there.
Yeah. So up 10 with 7 to go. Certainly the set that if you're UCLA, like, okay, if you need a moment, brace yourself for the ensuing returning tidal wave.
Trouble.
Go for it. Meyer, did he touch the net?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, that's unfortunate for BYU. Especially getting Gabi off the line with that.
Definitely
I think he was
touching
looking for a bigger joust that never came, and so he was pushing hard.
Yeah. What's fun about having the camera on the net is if the net moves, the camera feels it.
Yeah.
19-9.
Which means we all feel it.
Jay Hasek, George Mason head coach, I mentioned, we talked about his poll and watching. He said, you got it right. I gave some love to teams that had already played. No slam to BYU. They're very good. Should be tops of my poll next week if they continue like this. Love your show. And you said my last name's correct. Nice work. Well, thank you. I messed it up the first time.
That's funny.
Athene on the slide. Yeah, I'm fine for an out-of-box thinker. I'm open to suggestions.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Gardini with the dig. Oh, Eschenberg. Now 20-9. There's always this conversation of, would you rather be, and it should BYU go to a fifth set, they're going to have to play the fourth, this one out of hand, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to be the team that was up 2-0 going to the fifth, or has won the last two? I would think you want that momentum.
You want the one the last two.
There's an assumption that you even get to a fifth.
Yeah, true.
You got to play the fourth.
Right. And that's the thing. This set is like it's over. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, the fourth one's where it's going to really matter.
Yes.
And then, of course, the fifth one is where it's going to really matter.
You go fast at 15.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing, though. The team that's won, even set 4, if you go to 5, whoever won that last one, it can change. In my career, I've been on both sides of that, and there's really never, you really don't know until that fifth set starts who comes out hot and which way it's going to roll.
Should it go that way? And the last match that BYU played in 335 days ago in the Stan Sheriff Center in Hawaii, BYU was reverse swept.
Yes, they were.
Cougars were up 2-0, lost the last two, got to the fifth, multiple match point opportunities. It was 1917 Hawaii in front of 10,000 people.
That's awesome.
And that was all she wrote on the season. So BYU technically coming off a loss, although we have celebrated everything about that season as we should. The thumper from Fajeda. BYU was reverse swept. So the Cougars tried to reverse the reverse.
Yeah, Lipe's a physical dude, man.
Give him a hittable ball, and 90% of the time, that thing's going down. Here's Talon Tufunga, younger brother of Storm, who's emerging as the number 3 outside hitter on this team. He is a sophomore from Long Beach. And goes into the net. 22-11, so we brace ourselves for what should be a compelling and rich fourth set.
Yeah.
And then we see if we go 5.
Yeah,
why are you calling it? Because it's over. That's why.
Yeah, that's a crazy kind of a comeback at 11:22 to come back and win that game. That never happened.
We've seen some crazy stuff. We've not seen that. Montaltia. This one's tight. Galhianen, and well done.
That was a nice touch, but out of bounds.
23-11. BYU in this set hitting .533, 1 hitting error. UCLA in this set hitting -048, 7 hitting errors. Meyer
went after that one.
He's got a whip, dude.
Yeah,
I'm excited about his future.
Yeah.
And this is a heck of a match to say, hey, BYU's a year ago, he's going to prom. He's not thinking, I'm going to set BYU on national TV against number 8 UCLA.
Right.
Maybe he was at prom. Who knows? Eschenberg. Nice up by Partain.
Oh, it's weird.
Then Kevin Coburn on the dig. UCLA with a different lineup here at the end of this set. Give their guys a breather.
That ball's going out too.
Definitely. Champlin kept it in, but he's like, listen, just set me up. I got you. So UCLA certainly putting in the backups, conceding this set to a point. As they put in Coburn the younger Ian Parrish, number 7 at the net, by the way. Dick Butkus' grandson, which is awesome.
Yeah, he's a big dude too. He's pretty physical.
Yes. Dick Butkus goes to UCLA men's volleyball matches and is super supportive of his grandson, Ian
That's awesome.
Parrish. Which is awesome. Parrish in warm-ups, I was like, is that Dick Butkus? I mean, he was intense. Partain. You're trying to close it out 2 away. Eschenberg on the right side. Okay, set point. And out come the Sharks. This is the first time BYU fans have been able to stand for a set point tonight, and it's in set 3. That is so rare.
Zach with only his 5th kill. Fairly quiet tonight as well.
The enthusiasm is off the charts. Eschenberg goes after it. Pender, he's been nails all night. Partain. Oh! Look at that.
A nice swing right there.
Ian Parrish.
Straight down.
Wanted in 9 countries after that. Jeez.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of fire.
Set point number 2. And this is Sam Berkey, redshirt freshman from Laguna Beach.
Just need 11 straight here. No pressure.
That's what he's thinking right now. He's like, just do 10 in a row, please. Go! 25-15. So somewhat predictably, set 3 goes to BYU. But now it's on. UCLA up 2-1 and can push the reset button, blow into the NES cartridge, and jam it back in and reset the game. And here we go to set 4. BYU wins by 10. As John Spraw and Sean Olmstead go head-to-head here. Set 4 coming up between number 1 BYU and number 8 UCLA.
BYU climbed a ton, but service errors are still higher than anybody wants them to be, but it's really about the hitting attacks and the errors in the hitting attacks. So I'm curious to see what set 4 is going to look like. I mean, if UCLA has turned the Jets back on, or if BYU is just looking to run.
Okay, set 4, here we go. Blocked by BYU. Cougars started 7-0 in set 3. Vom Stieg off the block, into the antenna, into the glasses of Daphne Nelson, and out.
Yep, that ball touched everything and everybody.
And I believe this is the first time UCLA scored first in a set.
That was
And
a nice block.
Watch Daphne.
Bunk.
Yep, she turned. She's an experienced rep.
Take one for the team.
It's Vom Stieg.
Nice serve. Look at that. That's a pretty nice stab there from Zach.
Look at that backspin from Meyer. We've been critical of some of those. Let's be positive towards the good. That was an incredible set.
Absolutely. That was great. Still inside a little bit.
Okay, never mind.
But no, it was. But I mean, that was a nice, it was up high enough
Yes.
that he could make the adjustment and still go cross court.
Yes. If you're going to be wrong, you got to be high.
Yes. Okay.
Tejeda. 2-1.
BYU, I feel like BYU is starting to iron some of these things out. And that's the other cool thing about it we haven't really talked about is the hitters have to be pretty vocal. Hey, dude, you got to set that higher.
Oh, you better
got to
believe
set
they
that
will.
quicker. You got to set that over here.
Ardini and Garcia Fernandez, they're not shy.
Yeah.
Like they are fiery personalities. I love it.
Absolutely. And yet, at the same time, as you're communicating with your setter, he's a freshman, man. He's 18. You can't be like, hey, just yell at him. You've got to be like, hey, you're awesome. However, let's try to do this better.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's the whole thing about communication is it's key. Oh, struggle.
And the ace on the missed pass. 3-2 Bruins.
Okay. Bruins have kind of picked themselves up a little. I can feel their energy level is looking a lot different than it did in the last set.
Yeah, reset, right?
Yeah, for sure.
After the ace from Champlin. Tejeda, Pender, man, he's good. Garcia
Out of
Fernandez
bounds.
cuts it out.
Out of
4-2
bounds.
Bruins.
I'll tell you, BYU, they got to be working and executing at a high level right now because UCLA is back.
The turns have tabled again.
Oh my. That wasn't out by much.
And look at Pender take a couple laps here as Garcia Fernandez goes out. Again, that gamesmanship.
Yeah, it's up by at least a foot, maybe more.
5-2 Bruins. That is whizzing.
Dude, the serving is tougher. The energy level's higher.
Gardini with the kill.
Gardini bailed him out right there because that was not a great pass.
6 kills through into the 4th set now for Gardini. 6 for Gibrito Ferreira, who's been awesome. 5 for Eschenberg. 11 kills from the other 2 pins not named Gabi. Crazy low number.
It is.
Garcia Fernandez was 15 and now can go to
Oh, what a pass from Pender. Oh, look how smart
set
that is.
off of Meyer into the
What?
and that gets Garcia Fernandez off the line. That's a big play.
That is. That's the most important thing about what just happened right there. Look at that. He sets it off the block.
He sets
Not
it
around.
on the left side.
That's crazy.
It's different. It
That's
works.
different.
Matheny into the 6-4. So again, if basketball said, all right, we're playing to 25, no clock, win by 2, you got to win, best 3 out of 5, we'll go to overtime.
Oh, that's wild.
Like, that's what basketball scoring would be like if you did it like volleyball. It'd be weird, right?
Dude, what a trip. I've never thought of that in
Like,
my life. That's a cool idea.
Volleyball doesn't do it. It's Ferreira stuffs the middle.
Dude, that dude's so big.
Hard.
Could you imagine if they did that?
I can't. It'd
You
be
gotta,
weird,
you
dude.
gotta, 3 out of 5.
But like the idea that you could just blow the 3rd quarter,
Yeah.
you were up after
And
the
not-
first 2.
Yeah, not care.
That's
Yeah.
essentially what happened. Like, all right, let's just brace it. We're down 7-0.
Oh my
Let's
gosh, I think I would like basketball more if they did that. I think they should do it.
BYU with a massive win at Portland tonight, 105-60.
Everybody could do that. Football could do that. Okay, we're gonna play to 10 or
Win
whatever.
these sets as opposed to the aggregate. Like, you don't play the aggregate in volleyball. It's like BYU won 65-50. It'd be weird. Good pass from Worthington. Ferreira. Montautia, the tip over. Really low.
Really low.
Baumstieg.
Goes over the
Garcia
top.
Fernandez. This is going to bounce off the funnel. Meyer sets it.
Nobody liked that set.
No one did, yeah. Champlin. Baumstieg.
Oh!
And it was Meyer. And Garcia Fernandez and Eschenberg and Gardini kind of hug him like, hey, we got this.
Yeah, that's a big no call right there from the ref, letting that set go.
Now, would you...
Look at that block right there, the 3-man up. A lot of angle there if there's only 2 blockers.
Yes, great point on the no call because, yeah, it looked like it was double contact.
And it sat a little bit. It was a little, it was weird.
High coming off the funnel, and that is a tough set.
Yeah.
Leo Durkin, All-American center for BYU a couple years ago, I said, what's the hardest set for you? And he said, the one that's sky high and spinning.
Yeah. Oh,
For
yeah.
me to actually grab that and shoot it out is hard.
With the right location, the right tempo.
Yeah.
Sure.
The pass
Oh, nice up.
is kept alive by Meyer. Again, a low set. 1-on-1, and that's won easily by Champlin.
So here's the thing.
9-6.
They struggled in a lot of areas in set 3, but the service pressure in set 4, it's getting BYU in a lot of trouble, and that's what opened up that kill right there on a broken play, a one-on-one opportunity there. Easy kill.
Oh, and Garcia Fernandez is roofed. 10-6.
I don't know.
Is it timeout time for BYU?
Probably, yep, looks like it.
It is.
Look where that, maybe he's trying to set him a C ball instead of a D ball. Because he's inside of that spot like every time he swings.
They're not on the same page, that is clear. BYU down 4 in set 4 with UCLA up 2-1. Hey, today we had a doubleheader. Tomorrow, merely one broadcast with women's hoops, men's volleyball tonight. Women's gymnastics tomorrow. Southern Utah's ranked 15th. They're the flipping birds. I'm not kidding. That's the thing. And then BYU's 12th. So that's going to be fun here in the Smithfield House tomorrow. And then we've got women's hoops on Saturday We've got women's soccer opening the regular season against Utah, and we've got men's volleyball against UCLA. So triple header. And there's Will Stanley, certainly a big story in this one. He's out with a sprained ankle. UCLA -3 starters as well with COVID protocols.
Oh,
Garcia
my.
Fernandez is stuffed.
That was a big block. That was a big block. Holy smokes.
And SVR crushed again. Oh, the hung solo as well?
Yeah, dude, all by
Man.
himself.
That's a massive
Look at
play here.
Pender.
11-6. Young gets it in, 11-7. And there are like 100 people in here. It's all family members.
Yeah.
Some UCLA, mostly BYU. It's just hard for them to generate that kind of noise that makes any kind of difference.
No, for sure. And that's the thing is the players feed off that. And you really know in a situation like this when it's all kind of flat in here.
And the block. And that started with Zio Meyer's serve. The pass pulled Coburn out.
Yep.
To about 12 feet away.
Absolutely. And I want to say that Chaplin was just trying to go soft off the hands to give him another chance. But that block was blocked straight down instead.
Meyer into the net. That was the 7th block for BYU, 7.5 for UCLA tonight. 12-8, Bruins up 4. Number 1 BYU with a 9-game win streak at home on the line. Obviously has won 17 of the last 18, going 17-1 last year. This is a team that did not lose until the 5th set in extras at number 1 Hawaii last year. Diggable. Any hands?
Looking for it, didn't find him.
Hands called.
So I want to remember that John said something about their passing and their defense was pretty on point for UCLA.
Because they could only play in groups.
That's right. That's what it was. That's right. Thank you. Because I was trying to remember. I swear he said that, but I couldn't remember the specifics.
They couldn't go, 6 on 6.
Right. But if you look at that, BYU, they're serving. Of course, we've seen a couple of misses in a row. BYU has not been able to do anything specific or special from the service line to get UCLA in trouble. And I'll tell you, that's been a huge part of their success tonight for UCLA.
Cole Pender is screaming his lungs out. He is making sure that when UCLA scores, everyone can hear him.
Right.
I mean, the next time they score, just watch.
Okay.
The libero, UCLA number 4. He is bringing the juice.
Oh, I watched him after that solo block from Chaplin. Yeah, he was. He was excited.
He won't have a voice tomorrow. Like he's going all out. I love it.
Oh, look at that, Chester.
Chester, that's back over. Oh, and then
what in the world?
It's going to be BYU's point, but Garcia Fernandez goes into the net.
I don't know why that set wasn't called. First of all, from Davide, that was bad.
Point.
I mean, it was.
Okay, it lands on UCLA's side, and then Garcia Fernandez.
I don't think he realized how close he was to the net. He turned it into a hammock.
But you're down 4 midway through. Every play is big right now.
Yeah, really big.
Okay. Too many freebies.
There it
And
is.
the big block.
BYU is starting to show up at the net.
14-11.
Early on in the match, anytime a situation like that happened, UCLA had an answer. They had a way to get around and over and through and under, but not that time.
UCLA has led the set since it was 3-2. Inside the block, still alive. That hung up for a second. Baumstein gets it at the net, and Meyer can't hit it over.
I don't have any idea what just happened right there. I think he just kind of got stuck in the middle and didn't know what to do because he didn't even take a swing at it. He wasn't ready. He should have just set that back to the libero and given themselves another opportunity. That was unfortunate for BYU.
And again, every play big right now as BYU's trying to come back in this. And that is a big unforced error.
Really big.
And UCLA up 15-11. 10 points to go to win at Provo for the first time since 09 and upset the number 1 team in the game. On the road, no less.
Okay.
Somebody thump.
I'll tell you what, he's setting Lipe pretty well.
He's a beast.
Look at that. Look how much room he had. Ball's high enough. He's got a big swing, one-on-one.
One-on-one with 6'5" Adam Parks, who was the setter.
Yeah.
So that's a matchup you can win if you
absolutely
can set it. Montel Tia. Another kill. 16-12. Steve, is this going to happen? UCLA is in front comfortably so far.
Dude, Lipe's the second kill leader for BYU.
That's a problem.
It is kind of, but at the same time, him being used so often, that should open the block up a little bit. But I'll tell you, it's not working to BYU's favor.
Coburn hits it out. Big miss because Coburn's good from the line. 16-13. John Stanley in for Fajeda to serve.
Yeah, I think Stanley missed his block
here.
Yeah, he's got to get that ball in and make a play defensively right now. BYU needs to start manufacturing some points and get up into this thing and make it closer. Nice serve. Back off the line.
Montel Tia, soft blocked. Meyer back to Gardini, dug up.
Seems like that's too low for him.
By Champlin. Von Stieg just sets it. Freebie. Garcia Fernandez. Nope. Yao Hiainen.
Oh, that was weird.
Didn't come off hot. Montel Tia
out of there. No touch.
Untouched. The lead is down to 2. UCLA, 16-14.
See, that's a play he's been making all night. And he actually missed the block on that one and went just out of bounds.
Brace yourself for a bunch of challenges, by the way.
Yeah?
I'm trying to remember with BYU, they challenged and they didn't get it.
No, so they...
both coaches have 2.
Yeah.
Von Stieg.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. No
They're
touch.
saying there was touch immediately.
Oh,
no,
he did.
John Sproul had grabbed his card like in one
John
motion.
Sproul was... Man, he moves quick.
I was going to say, that would have turned the tide in a big way.
Oh, yeah, that's
clearly off of Meyer.
Clear.
Yeah. 17-14. UCLA up 3 with 8 to go. Oh! Garcia Fernandez is blocked. 18-14.
Wow.
The Pender party.
Wow. Pender's kind of had his number tonight. Oh, that was actually Parks, yeah?
Yep.
Wow.
6'5", Adam Parks. 18-14. Is UCLA going to do this? Garcia Fernandez, again, not hittable.
Why is he so far inside the court?
And in.
I don't understand.
19-14, and now it's going to be really hard to come back from.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, Gabi is upset right now.
The Will Stanley story, not playing, is certainly a big one tonight on BYU's side of the net, but UCLA up 5 with 6 to go. Our block of the game is presented by Bodyguards, protection for life worth living. Learn more at bodyguards.com. Just a moment ago, that was a big one.
Han
by
Solo.
Ethan Champlin on Gabi Garcia Fernandez.
Yeah, that's big. Show it and take it away.
8.5 for UCLA. Not a big number in 4 sets.
Wow.
BYU with 8.5 as well, but 19-14. Now, you mentioned Gabi Garcia Fernandez was visibly frustrated walking to the bench. What did you see?
Well, he ripped his mask off. He's got a new mask on because he ripped that one in half. I think it's because he keeps getting set too far inside.
And Zach Eschenberg does too, but he just uses his left hand.
Yeah. And hey, I'm not, no knock on Zell.
We're talking a lot about Zio Meyer.
Yeah.
And he's going to have an amazing career here.
Yeah.
This is the first night of many for him.
Right.
But the spotlight is bright.
Right, absolutely.
So we got to call it like it is.
When they were as amazing as they were last year and virtually untouchable until that last match, and then to have them come in here, and again, this is against a team that has 3 starters that are out.
Yes.
This is not at all what BYU was hoping for tonight.
Absolutely, and UCLA has taken advantage of the situation.
Sure.
Up 2016. They still had to play without their 3 guys, Cole Kaczynski, Alex Knight, Merrick McHenry, who didn't make the trip. And it's the start of the season, and should UCLA hold on, it's a massive win for a young team to come in here and do this, albeit against...
Oh, he got Davide again. He keeps fooling him.
The 5th-year senior, Sam Coburn, and what a performance he's had. 21-16 now. Yeah. Certainly frustration for BYU. Yes, you're going to lose a match that you feel like you should win if this goes that direction, but it's so early in the season.
It is.
It's not a big deal in the bigger scheme.
Especially, when you realize the fact that your setter is on his way back in.
Right. And
maybe as early as Saturday.
yes, 2 guys went up. Eschenberg hits that one out. 22-16 UCLA.
This is crazy.
Will be knocked off the number 1 purse.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's gonna be there down the stretch. Maybe this is, a reality check.
And, exactly. And this is
Should
something
Will
to build on.
be hurt later again or something? Yeah.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this isn't a season-ending loss if they end up going down in 4.
Right.
It's just an opportunity to build and an opportunity to look at some things, maybe move some pieces on the chessboard. But the reality is, your main piece, right? Your quarterback is not even on the freaking chessboard right now.
Yes, and BYU has 24 hitting errors, and I mean, you can directly tie that to developing that relationship with a different setter, not named Will Stanley.
Right.
Off the triple block, Zeomeyer with the dig.
And that's another tough swing right there for Gabi. He got it, but that's a really tough swing for him to try to get a kill on.
He had to go 60% on it.
Yeah, I mean, that was in a weird spot and all the way up to the ceiling.
And this is going to be, should it continue, and it's not over quite yet, but it would be a big win for UCLA.
Yeah.
To say, hey, we went in there. They're going to tangle again Saturday at 6 Eastern right here on BYU TV. And we'll have that, and we'll see what adjustments BYU makes going into that one.
Yeah.
Should BYU go down here. Yelhianen goes long and out. 23-18. UCLA can taste it. It's been since 2009 since the Bruins have won in this gym against Brigham Young.
Wow.
Here's one 9 in a row. Last loss, you have to go back to 2019 against Hawaii. Fajeda tips it. That's the weakest kill he'll ever get.
Just
but it counts.
a couple feathers on that last.
Just brushed it lightly. 23-19. Now, if BYU can go on some kind of crazy run here.
Yeah, they got the right guy at the line.
And they have a guy who had 56 aces a year ago, a BYU single-season record.
Oh, boy.
That's still alive. It's Garcia.
Oh, no.
Hits it out.
You got to be kidding me.
That's amazing.
He gets the overpass, and there's nobody home to take it. They expect him to go and get that ball.
It ends up being a kill for Cole Pender.
He hit that ball about 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Match point UCLA, 24-19. Their fans, the families, on their feet, going to watch something
UCLA
hasn't happened in a long time.
UCLA's libero gets the kill.
Yep, libero gets the kill, exactly. Fajeda blocked. 24-19, Fajeda again. 24-20. BYU hanging on the home so they can reel off 4 in a row. It'd be 5 in a row overall.
This is a crazy night. I don't know. Maybe everybody on UCLA side is like, of course we won. But I can't imagine that's really what they were thinking, especially with 3 starters out.
3 starters out. Yep, still showed up. BYU has its own struggles.
And they had no idea that Will was out until they got in here.
They didn't know until they got in here, exactly. And BYU didn't know that those 3 starters were out until they got in here. 3-meter line attack violation on
I didn't think about that. You're right. They didn't know.
They didn't know either.
Interesting.
And listen, we talked to both coaches. They tell stuff, but we don't share that info with the other.
Right.
Keep it private. Keep it right here. 24-21. So 2 in a row. You're needing 3 more. Timeout.
Yeah, we would be really stupid to break that trust and share information, because then they'll never talk to us again.
Right, and we appreciate the conversation.
Oh my gosh, I was telling you, after that call with John Sparrow, that was just the funnest call. He's just a great guy.
So here's the preseason poll in the MPSF. BYU 1, Pepperdine 2, UCLA 3 right there. And you can still see the animation from Gabi Garcia Fernandez on the court, the frustration. There are moments that can define a team, And should BYU go down here, if BYU is in position for a national championship potentially, we will look back on this night as a moment that meant something on this season. And maybe UCLA pulls off some crazy stuff as well, and you go, hey, remember when UCLA went pro and won? When Will Stanley was out, they took advantage of that situation. 1-4 against BYU, and it meant something.
Right.
We'll see. I mean, this is match 2 for UCLA, but it's match 1 for BYU. And the Big West is sitting here watching this match saying, we're not playing for a month, but hey, BYU looks vulnerable. And if Will Stanley's healthy and in the game, I wonder if that's actually a thing.
Yeah, right.
I'm thinking it's not.
Probably not.
Obviously, vulnerable is relative, but if BYU's at Hawaii, yeah, they're vulnerable.
It's weird also that Gabi has 0 aces. Nikki has 3. Davide has 2.
Yeah, nearly the double-double for Garcia Fernandez. Match point number 3.
Great serve out of the
tight on the net.
Smart move.
So 3 in a row.
Smart.
BYU needing 2 more. This is match point number 4.
What a serve out of the timeout, man. That was ice in his veins right there. Such a smart move by Zach right there.
Now BYU 2 points away from something crazy, tying it up, making it first to go +2. But 2 more. Gardini on the line. Timeouts. Exhausted at this point.
I mean, even 1 more point is great, but means nothing until they got to get 2 points in a row for any of this to matter. You know what I mean? So it's really on Gardini right now. That's why it was so amazing, that serve he just had out of the timeout. You know, everything's on the line for this match, and he bombs it. Overpass. That was an amazing serve. He was due, though. He was kind of struggling earlier tonight.
Yeah. So 3 in a row on match point for BYU. They're going to need, 5 total on match point.
Yeah.
We've seen some crazy stuff. That would be pretty crazy. So we'll see what happens here. But UCLA on pins and needles because they're trying to take down wounded BYU. They're wounded themselves like we talked about.
For real.
But yeah, so early in the season right now, this will certainly make news nationally should BYU go down. Hey, I thought that was the same team as last year.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, read the box score. BYU had to play Zeal Meyer, and this will certainly be a learning and growing experience for Zeal Meyer as well. I fancy that later in his career we'll go, oh, remember when he got thrown in? Yeah. And look how good he is now.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. It's just timing and coaching and just playing with people over and over and over until you get dialed in.
He's known the last couple days he was going to be the starter, but I'm not sure that helps.
Yeah.
Match point 4, Gardini.
Nope.
And it goes long. And Sean Olmstead doesn't even choose to use the challenge there.
No.
He could, but he's choosing not. It's out. And UCLA has won in Provo for the first time since 2009, taking down #1 BYU.
A team that went 17-1 last year. That's crazy.
BYU just equaled its loss number in match 1 from last year.
Without 3 of their big-time starters, like 6'6", 6'6", and 6'8", big-time guys, not even on the trip. That's crazy.
We will be back Saturday at 6 Eastern with round 2 of this matchup. Our play of the game is brought to you by eAssist Dental Health Education Foundation, reminding you dental cleanings are essential for your health. Set point of set 1, the big kill by Adam Park to set the tone on this one, where it was like, whoa, UCLA won the first set.
Right. Oh my gosh.
You're climbing out of this.
Yeah, and that was the thing. BYU was working uphill from the very beginning. Well, I said the middle of that first set. They were just trying to stay in the game. Wow, UCLA, great job by them.
UCLA hits 237 for the match. BYU hits an astounding 168.
Wow.
Now, even in blocks, so what's the difference? It's 24 hitting errors from BYU. I mean, that is an unbelievable number.
That's a huge number. And that's not a number you want to be huge.
Overwhelmed BYU with something. It was, they took advantage of the moment. So credit to UCLA for winning this match. BYU, #1, coming off that perch next week. Hawaii likely going to be the number 1 team in the country despite not playing until March.
Yeah, so BYU's going to have to work to get back to that number 1 spot.
That'll do it for us. Gymnastics tomorrow night, 9 Eastern on BYU TV. Back here for Steve Bell and our crew. I'm Jeremy Jordan saying good night from Provo. UCLA upsets BYU in Provo. Its first win here since 2009.